Hi guys, and welcome to Ryfly Fitness, the page dedicated to the pursuit of fitness in all its forms. Today's topic is one that's very near and dear to me, and that's the skill of public speaking. Why is this near and dear to me? Basically because at one point in my life, it was probably the biggest fear. Although irrational and paralyzing, it was completely something that made me want to run away from every opportunity to do it and avoid it at all costs. And obviously we all know that I'm not alone in this. It is the #1 most reported fear for people around the world. Not just social anxiety, but specifically being forced to go in front of people to get everyone's attention on you and then focus on what you're saying to teach the crowd. It's pretty much universal that it makes us terrified and we hate it. Needless to say, I don't like being afraid. I don't think you like being afraid. And I don't think I know anyone in my life that has fears that they're happy keeping, right? We generally want to shut them off and become free and powerful and grow, right? I'm no different. I was really insecure when I started public speaking. I absolutely hated it, as I said, and that actually all changed probably back around 2000, mid-2000s, I guess. I was taking a public speaking course at the local community college, and I was blown away because the first day, she actually told everyone if you wanted to stay in the class, you would have to have an impromptu speech this day for a minute. Needless to say, a lot of people cried, a lot of people just walked out, and they did not want anything to do with it. However, I stayed. It was terrifying to get up there. Luckily, the topic was easy. I think the topic was, what's your favorite food? And tell us a story about a memory you have enjoying this food with loved ones. So, you know, it's pretty standard. All of us could get up there and actually fairly easily talk. But we were all kind of like talking to each other after the first day. And we were all kind of amazed to realize how invigorating it actually was. It, of course, is terrifying, but actually when you get off the stage, your fight or flight kind of goes away, and you're left with this super intense endorphin rush, I would say. And it's quite fun, I might say. And more so throughout the semester, it was amazing to see not only my development. With each speech, I was more confident, more comfortable, and I hate to say it, I had a lot more fun each time as well. In addition to that, I was blown away at the transformative power that public speaking can bring. Because there were a lot of people in that class that I definitely thought maybe wouldn't be the best public speakers, and they became awesome public speakers. And it really became apparent to me it was really only a matter of practice, like any other skill. You get better at it, you get more confident at it, and you're not as anxious. And on top of that, when you can grab that practice and combine it with something, a topic ideally that you're passionate about and you care about, that's where you're really going to basically break your threshold and become an amazing public speaker. It's not fun to talk about something you don't know and you don't care about. Conversely, think about when you're with your friend. You can talk about things all the time and not even worry about it, right? It's not a big deal. So when I was kind of thinking about this and you know what my journey was about and how I went from being very terrified to now I'm fairly comfortable. Not always. I'm still scared. I get nervous, but I'm a lot better than when I was when I started. When I was thinking about this, I decided, hey man, why don't I document this? Why don't I make some videos about this? I bet I'm not the only person out there that wants to improve their public speaking or wants to get over their social anxiety of public speaking. And that's the main topic of this video today. It's really going through my irrational fears associated with public speaking and just basically line by line going through them and sharing what I've learned and basically why they're garbage and why there's no reason you actually need to fear public speaking. As you can see, guys, something I'm really passionate about, and although it's hard to discuss, for me, one of my biggest fears when I started was really just, I thought every time I spoke it was the end of the world. I thought the performance I was about to give was going to either make everyone live or make everyone die. At least that's how my heart felt. Huge palpitations in my chest. I couldn't even talk. I was stammering. I had dry mouth. It was probably what we all feel. It was horrible, right? But you found out through that class and from experience that that's actually not true. Most of the times where you're going to need to public speak, the bigger ones, let's say like asking your girlfriend to marry you, having a job interview, doing a best man speech. These are probably some of the most important times you would ever need to public speak. But in reality, you don't need to worry about those because they have long since been established. All these kind of things are done by people that are not really, they don't have to be good public speakers. You know what's coming in advance and you can practice for it. That should prove to eliminate most of your anxiety. What you really should worry about, and a motivation to increase your skill, should be the impromptu, and most likely occurrences that will come to you demanding skills in public speaking. By that, I mean, let's say you're at work and your boss says, hey, we just hired 3 new people to join our team. Can you take half a day and go train them? Right? You want to be prepared for this, right? Or if a boss comes in and says, hey, me and the other managers want an update on your work. Can you meet us in a half an hour and give us an hour-long update of what's been going on as well as all the status, right? These are ones where you can really rise to the occasion and impress and impact people, or you freak out, you get anxiety, and you manifest your insecurity. Obviously, one was probably preferred to another and should motivate you in actually looking to increase your skill in this. The next major thing I had was really another irrational fear, and that was just that people hated me. Regardless of what I said, how I looked, or how I said it, I felt just so insecure that people were judging me and hating me, and that just chews you apart. You don't want to go up there and talk. And again, I found out through that class, from talking to friends and through experience, that that's actually kind of just hogwash. In reality, from interviews of audiences, their experience actually mirrors that of the speaker. If the speaker has energy and he's passionate about something, the audience tends to be engaged and want to listen to what they're saying because, hey, if I'm excited about it, it makes the audience excited about it, right? Conversely, let's say you're really, really insecure and you're stammering and you can't talk, right? You would think the audience would hate you for that, and it's actually not. Human nature shows itself, and people tend to feel empathetic. They know it's uncomfortable. They know it's hard, and they tend to feel your pain, right? They're not judging you. The worst case scenario is actually being unprepared and not caring about your speech, because you'll look around the room and you'll see people not paying attention to you. They'll be talking to their friend. They'll be on their cell phone looking down. Basically, to be honest with you, I felt more bad giving public speeches and seeing people be disinterested in me than ever actually getting feedback of someone saying, oh, you sucked or you did a poor job. So keep that in mind. Most people, will vibe off the energy you give them. So think about the energy you want to give out to them, right? The third irrational fear I had was really just that I was going to blank out. And I would get locked into a never-ending cycle of anxiety, and I just have to run away. I think one time in all of my public speaking opportunities that did happen. Well, I didn't run away, but I did lock up, probably for about 30 seconds, and I lost it for a bit. To be honest, it was because I didn't prepare that much. If you follow all of the steps in this video and go through all the practices that will come in subsequent videos, I guarantee you it's not going to happen. If you're familiar with your topic and you forget, you look at your notes, boom, it'll jog your memory and you'll be right back to talking the way you were. Furthermore, this one was kind of rough to admit. I just thought I could never be that guy. I was never that super confident, cocky, charismatic guy that teaches and everyone loves. That just wasn't me, right? But in reality, after I took the class, I found that absolutely everyone is a public speaker, right? Do you worry about what you're going to say to your best friend when you're talking about something you're passionate about? Probably not. Because you're comfortable with them, you're comfortable with the topic, and you want to talk about it, right? And that kind of breeds, you are a public speaker at that point. You are doing that. So in terms of an assignment or something else, it's just a matter of, getting that confidence up, getting familiar with the topic, and being excited to share the information with your audience, right? And finally, I just felt that I was by nature not a confident guy, and confidence is absolutely required to be an effective public speaker. And while in some sense that's really true, on the other hand, it's not. Confidence is bred in familiarity with something, right? If you've never done a public speaking event and you've never done research on the topic, I would be absolutely not confident in pushing this information to an audience. However, You know, by the time you pick your topic, you research it, you make your script, you practice it, you practice it, you practice it, you record yourself, you generally will be so tired and irritated and familiar with your content that it's really, really hard to be not confident. If anything, you'll be bored up there having recited it again and again and again, and finally for the 20th time, you're just ready for it to be over, right? So that's really not a concern either. If you practice, you're going to be confident, and that's just how life works, how everything else in your life has worked up until this point, and you know that if you think about it and reflect on issues in your life. And finally, guys, most people really, really suck at public speaking. I'm serious. Everyone you know probably sucks. Think about people that do it professionally. Think about U.S. senators. Turn on the TV and watch a senator speak. You're probably going to want to kill yourself. You'll feel bad for him. How could someone want a job they hate so much? And the thing will go here to the delegate. It's the opposite of good public speaking. It tunes people out. No one cares. No one wants to hear. They want to shut it off, right? So don't be like senators. In addition to that, I worked as a management consultant previously. People look really good. They carry briefcase, do fancy PowerPoint decks, but I was routinely surprised almost every day that people that led meetings, horrible public speakers. When we worked with our clients and we were receiving instructions, horrible public speakers. When we gave status updates to our clients, horrible public speakers. And I think that really did negatively impact some of the relations, some of the effectiveness of the working relationship. Needless to say, guys, if you practice even a little bit, check out these videos, practice what I say. I guarantee you're probably going to be the best public speaker that you know. If not, call me. We'll talk about it. We'll get you up to that level. So guys, I hope that you got something awesome from this video. You understand why public speaking is important, why you might want to help work to get over your fear of it, and most importantly, that most of the fears surrounding it are simply irrational and can be eradicated through familiarity with your subject matter, being passionate about it, and simply practicing. As I said a few times before, guys, this video is one of probably 3 or 4 videos. In the next videos coming next week and the following week, I'll be discussing other major aspects related to public speaking. Next one being logos, ethos, and pathos. Some of the more high-level ideas that you always want to keep in mind when developing your actual content of your speech, which is another topic of the video. And the final video will likely be how to polish and practice your video so you can nail it on presentation day. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you found this useful, please subscribe. I love the support and I'm asking for the support. Let me know that it's useful, you enjoy it, and I'll keep making videos. If you know a friend that needs to increase their ability with public speaking, or someone do you think this would find this video useful somehow, please share it, let them know, put it on your Facebook, social media, spread the word, help as many people as you can. If you want to stay up to date on weekly videos, be sure to hit that bell notification. It's going to let you know every time I upload a weekly video so you can stay on top and abreast of what's happening here at Fly Fitness. Again, guys, thank you so much. We'll look forward to seeing you guys next week. Bye.